Friends and family from around the world, this is Mike with Daily Events Worldwide, and we are on January 3rd, 2025. Welcome to another surviving day on the planet, and welcome to the Daily Dew, giving you your space weather update, as well earthquakes, volcanoes, and world weather. Always starting out here looking at amazing images of our sun for the past 2 days. This is brought to you by Gong, mixed with Daily Events Worldwide, large plasma filament in the southern hemisphere. Going to be keeping an eye on that over the next few days, as that could lift away. 304 angstroms here. You can really see that long, dark line, which is the plasma filament, Earth facing right now. So we have coronal holes, sunspots, plasma filaments, and as well coronal mass ejections to deal with right now. So big space weather update today for January 3rd, 2025. And there is that long, dark plasma filament stretching across the surface of the sun. Amazing. The thing is massive. Another thing that is massive are these coronal holes, both the north and the southern region of our sun. 171 angstroms there. And another amazing light here as solar ultraviolet light. This is where we can see our heliosphere in action. And as well, the active sunspot region that is turning in, that did produce the X-class solar flare this morning. Minor X-class solar flare. So right now, currently, we are under R3, so strong radio blackout impacts expected, as well as solar winds are coming in at 415 kilometers per second, still above average. Solar X-ray flux showing a minor C-class solar flare recently, but nothing since the X-class. Geomagnetic activity sitting at a 2. Space Weather Prediction Center here showing most recent coronal mass ejection taking off from our sun on January 1st. Looks like expected arrival date tomorrow, tonight and into tomorrow. SWA Space Prediction Spiral here showing that outgoing CME and as well a new CME, and most likely this is from the X-class solar flare that we detected earlier. Looks like it did produce a coronal mass ejection headed right for Venus. Missing data for the aurora view line tonight and tomorrow, and as well aurora forecast. So no aurora forecast right now. Missing data from NASA and NOAA. Having a look here at LASCO 2, showing the last 48 hours of cosmic energies leaving our sun. Watching on the left-hand side, last few images on the 3rd, you'll see that small CME taking off from the sun. We'll zoom it in here a little bit. Look at our fiery mass of plasma. And right on the left-hand side there will be the CME. So nothing major, but still did produce a CME. Now let's have a look at earthquakes for the past 24 hours as things are still rocking in Africa. Ethiopia, Africa. Most likely a volcanic eruption at Fantail volcano, and as well another volcanic eruption at Nyiragongo. Confirmed eruption there. I mean, we already knew it was active and erupting. Notable earthquakes there through Greece. No large event since the 6.1 yesterday, Calama, Chile. Notable 5.5 earthquake here, Scotia Plate, South Sandwich Islands towards the Michael volcano yet again. So that is an active and erupting volcano. Only the second volcano active in the southern hemisphere towards the Antarctic. Overlooking North America, not much to talk about, no major swarms. Still eerily quiet up into the Juan de Fuca Plate. Haven't seen anything. Port Hardy off the west coast of Canada there for a little bit. Minor seismicity here through Marianas Trench. No deep earthquakes to report. Notable earthquake here at Fek, India, 5.0 magnitude. And a 4.7 there, Fiji. But no deep earthquakes today. Minor seismicity continues at Hawaii, the big island, as the Kilauea volcano is still erupting. Its caldera has filled up with fresh lava and is just pouring and filling up and filling up. We'll have visuals of that in just a moment. Having a glance here at the last 7 days for shakers. Earthquakes in Ethiopia taking up a lot of the map activity. But notable earthquake at Cobb yesterday, Cobb, California, and as well notable earthquake towards St. Lawrence, Quebec, Canada, 3.5 reported the other day. This is the last 7 days. Much love, everybody. If you live in an earthquake-prone zone, please just have a plan and be ready, aware and prepared. And thank you so much for watching. Now this is a fresh look at Kilauea Volcano thermal imagery showing the caldera filling up with lava. You can see an island there, that was the crust of the caldera. But now that northern piece has opened up, it's pouring all over the surface, the original cover of the caldera. But you can see that thing is filling up. And the last eruption in 2018, it rose 120 meters. You can see a little island chunk of cooled rock moving through a little river of lava there. Amazing images from the Kilauea volcano. Even from above, looking at satellite imagery, you can see all these sulfur dioxide emissions being spewed into our atmosphere from the Kilauea volcano. Going back now to the 23rd, when this volcanic eruption first started, seismicity increased throughout the region. We even had earthquakes at Mauna Loa and up into Maui, and then all of a sudden, boom, look at that on the 24th of December, big plume, and it continued for days and days and days now. So this could be the culprit of all of the sulfur dioxide emissions that I showed a couple days ago, but there are many other active and erupting volcanoes that are even bigger culprits than Kilauea. And right now we have double the amount of active and erupting volcanoes in which I started broadcasting 7 years ago. Active and erupting average was 30, and right now we have over 65. I cannot confirm 69, but at least 65. Satellite imagery overlooking Kilauea today. Heat signatures there all around the caldera. And in it, of course. But that's some nasty air quality encompassing our planet right now. If you saw the video from a couple days ago, it was a lot worse than it is now. Having a look at Hawaii right now, SO2 forecast for the next 3 days, you can see lots of action coming out of there. And it is mostly moving westward along the equator. With these winds, and speaking of winds, we've got a pretty big windy forecast here coming right up. Just having a look at the SO2 forecast as it has calmed down a little bit since the other day, but look at that intensity. This is not good for humanity. So careful what you're breathing out there. Don't lick the rain. And much love, everybody. We have a very active planet, and it's changing before our eyes. Changing in a moment's notice. Thoughts and prayers going out to everybody affected by all these great changes on the planet. Prayers for humanity. Because we've got a wild ride ahead of us. We've got a wild, windy ride ahead of us as well. Looking at the windy forecast here, we're going to go right to 10-day forecast because we've got some big lows that are going to be affecting North America and as well Europe. So strong low there affecting the Atlantic provinces of Canada. That low pressure system is going to affect you 3 times. And then watch for strong winds from an Alberta clipper midweek. And then big systems here roaring in on the west coast, eventually going to break apart and head through central United States and the Canadian prairies as a strong Alberta clipper. So very windy forecast in the long range, especially for Europe here. Having a look, you've got some strong lows converging right over you, and one low pressure system is going to be sucking in the other two. And then eventually going to have a very strong blizzard-like conditions developing as this low scoots in from the north. Long-range forecast going to be very wintry and as well very cold. We've got extreme cold temperatures funneling around the planet right now. Polar vortex is set up. Having a look in the southern hemisphere a little bit as well. Same thing, southern hemisphere, very strong and big, vigorous lows. A couple cyclones there developing in the long range, one from Madagascar. Strong winds hammering the western territories of Australia, and then long range forecast, New Zealand, you're going to get hammered by a massive low the size of the North Pacific Ocean. And the same thing's happening in the North Pacific right now. Look at the size of this low. This is current and forecast for the next few days, as this thing is so big, it can't even get over the Rocky Mountains. And as it does spin against the Rocky Mountains, it breaks up into little lows. Then eventually, a couple more systems help it move northward to Alaska. Strong system coming out of Japan in the long range. Welcome to our very windy planet. Welcome to 2025. Thanks for watching today. Hope you enjoyed the show. Stay aware and prepared. Stay young